I'm never happy with what I do. Go.
Hi everybody, I am here with a Bible reading. I hope you guys are having a great day. Layla, we came back early. I will message you about that. But Jimmy did have his cleaning today. And I'm so very sad that we wasn't able to stay at the house to, see him when he got back. But he said they numbed it up inside, which thank God they did. And they stuck it up in there, cleaned it out. He said there was a lot of blood, 2 tubes, he said, of mucus and blood. And then there was a bunch of hard, crusty pieces up inside there they had to get out. It was bleeding a little bit, but I guess he's doing good right now. They stopped bleeding. So that's great. And I hope, please pray that surgery works for him and he quits having those severe headaches and nightmares. Severe headaches, of course, the most important right now. But he has horrible headache, or horrible dreams. Horrible. He's told me about one before. It would scare you to death. His doctor gave him some kind of medicine that's supposed to stop the nightmares. I don't know if he's still taking it or what, but yeah. I just hope to God, please pray for him that this surgery works and takes his headaches away. So he's got the surgery done, and he's got them cleaning it out after surgery done. So I'm hoping that's all he has to have done now with his head. And then they're wanting to take his tonsils out after he's healed up from this, because his tonsils, the doctor said not getting enough air could give you headaches as well. And he said that Jimmy's tonsils are so big that they overlap the airway, and it probably making him hard to breathe and helping the headaches get worse anyway, making the headaches worse. So I don't know if this works. I don't know if they're going to do the tonsil thing too or what. I don't know, but of course I'll let you guys know. I just had to give you the update real quick. Okay, and Mom was out there mowing in the hot heat the other day with a long sleeve shirt on, protect her from the sun, and a sun hat. Probably didn't put no sunscreen on though, but she was out there mowing, and listen to what happened to her. She was out there mowing, along the driveway, which is very close to the road, a long way, and she's only got a push mower. She said, as long as I'm able, I'm gonna mow. Anyway, she was out there mowing and all hot and sweaty, and we weren't there that day. We came over, I think, late that night, and some woman in a van or something pulled into the driveway, and she said, you look like you could use some ice water. Would you like some ice water? So I guess she had some in a cooler and stuff, and she gave Mom the ice water, and Mom said, I could sure need it. And she drank it. Mom got to talking to her, of course, and I guess she lived around here, and Mom knowed exactly, the place that she said she lives in now, and it's wonderful. Isn't that nice? Now that is being like Jesus right there, doing what Jesus would do, stopping, not really strangers now, but stop to help a stranger. God must have sent her there to do that, because without no water, maybe Mom would have collapsed. She's not supposed to be doing this stuff. I'm so scared she's going to have a stroke or a heart attack. I'm telling you, I believe it. It scares me. And she's still going around the house to mow. I wish I was able to freaking walk and stuff, and I would do it myself, the whole thing, because I hate her having to do it. She's 61 years old now, and she's not supposed to be out there. She gets skin cancer like crazy, and she's not supposed to be in the sun with the medicine she takes either. Jimmy, he weed eats, and Mom knows. Like I said, she's just got to push more. I keep telling her, please let me pay somebody. I can have them mow like once a week, all month. You know, I tried to find somebody, but she's like, no, as long as I can mow it myself, I'm mowing it. She don't like nobody spending money on her or anything. But I'm gonna look around and see if I can find somebody reasonable to do it. I don't care. She don't need to be out there. But I wanted to tell you about that woman stopping. I couldn't believe it when she said that. What a nice lady. She was a very kind, nice lady. Thank God for her. Alright, let's get started now. I just haven't talked to you guys in a couple of days. I missed you. What we're going to be reading today is John 13, verse 31, reading through chapter 14, verse 14. We missed a couple of days of it, it looks like, but we are on Psalm 119, verses 17 through 32. It goes on a long time, Psalm 119, sorry. Psalm 119 is a very long psalm. I believe it's the longest in the Bible, but I'm going to look it up. We know the shortest verse in the Bible was Jesus wept. But I'm going to ask, what is the shortest psalm in the Bible, and what is the longest psalm in the Bible? And I bet it's, what was it? Maybe, I can't remember. It might have been Psalm 117 or 126. It was one that was very, very short. And 119 has to be the longest. Sorry, anyway. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 31 and 32 we'll be reading. See how the Proverbs are getting down? When earlier we read like 4 and 5 of them. But now we're, down to 2. It's usually only 2 now for the longest time. So in John today, Jesus predicts Peter's denial, which we're going to be talking about tonight in the Bible lesson, because it's about Peter's denial. And this lesson tonight from the Bible lesson will be the last story that we get out of there. The last study that we get out of that book. So I'm going to start reading to you out of the books I ordered. They came, and I'll start doing that. Hopefully find short ones to do it, on there for you guys after tonight, getting that done. Every time I take a drink, it spills on me. I hate that. Alright, get over it. Okay, so Jesus predicts Peter's denial. Jesus comforts his disciples. Jesus, the way to the Father. Amen. Jesus and Jesus alone. Jesus was so kind to his disciples. Loved them so much. They were his brothers and sisters. Because he had women that followed him too. Remember Martha and Mary and Joanne? Yes, women followed Jesus and provided a lot of money, to keep spreading the word and to help the poor. The women donated a lot of money. But yeah, he had women followers too. A lot of them. But he worries about comforting himself and others. And he does himself, and he knows what's about to happen to him. And he had to be very sad about Peter's denial, but he knew it was going to happen. And he knows Peter just done it because he was scared. He had to have known that, but he knows how much Peter loves him. Peter was just scared. And that, you'll see. It should be on here. I don't think it's going to tell the whole thing today, but we might get into a Bible lesson tonight, maybe. So first of all, we're going to read Jesus predicts Peter's denial. When he was gone, Jesus said, "Now the Son of Man is glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will glorify the Son in himself, and will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a little longer. You will look for me, and just as I told the Jews, so I tell you, where I am going, you cannot come. Now, it was talking about Jesus being glorified. That's when he was praying, and Peter and James, I believe, were sitting down there sleeping, and Jesus was up there praying, but then they seen his transfiguration and stuff happening. An angel there, Moses and Elijah, and they were getting him ready for what was about to happen, strengthening him. Am I too slow? How long have I been talking?
10:48.
Okay, we're good. Okay. If God is glorified in him, God will glorify the Son in himself and will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a little longer. You will look for me, and just as I told the Jews, so I tell you now, where I am going, you cannot come. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so must you love one another. Like that woman did for Mom. God and Jesus see what you're doing. And if you're helping, you're their child, and if you're helping another one of their children, which is your brother or sister, they're smiling down on you from heaven and are so very proud of you. So keep up those good acts, guys. Those good deeds. Try to do at least one every day. The Lord will be so proud of you. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so must you love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. Do you want to be Jesus' disciple? It passes on through the years. Other people join in to become a Christian. They become like Jesus' disciples. If you love one another and have Jesus in your heart, you'll be his disciple of Jesus too. Because you're doing good things in his name. Simon Peter asked him, Lord, where are you going? Jesus replied, where I am going, you cannot follow me now, but you will follow later when they die. They'll go to heaven. Peter asked, Lord, why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you. Peter loved Jesus so very much. In a brotherly friend way. Then Jesus answered, will you really lay down your life for me? Very truly I tell you, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. 3 times. Of course, Peter did not believe that, But like I said, you don't know what you're going to do when you're in that situation when it happens. Peter could have said, like he did, no, Lord, I will never turn my back on you. I will follow you to death if I have to. And then when he's confronted with it, he lied about being with Jesus. He lied about knowing him. Because he was scared. Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God. Believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. You know the way to the place where I am going. That's Jesus comforting his disciples. Now Jesus, the way to the Father. Talk about Thomas here, remember. Thomas was the one, when Jesus rose from the dead, that didn't believe it and said he wouldn't unless he seen Jesus himself and put his finger in his side where they stabbed his side with a spear, and his hands where they put his big nails in them. And Jesus came to him and showed him and said, touch here, touch there. Then he believed. Thomas said to him, Lord, we don't know where you are going, so how can we know the way? Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you really know me, you will know my Father as well. God. Follow now on. You do know him and have seen them. Philip said, Lord, show us the Father, and that will be enough for us. They're wanting to see God. They're wanting God to come down there right now. But if you've seen Jesus, you've seen the Lord. I can't believe, this with Jesus all this time and seen the miracles and stuff that he done and said they believed in him. That he was the Son of God, the Holy One to come into the world to save it, the Christ. But then they always want another miracle to prove it to them. It's gotta really hurt Jesus so bad. How can you say, show us the Father? Don't you believe that I am in the Father and that the Father is in me? The words I say to you, I do not speak on my own authority. Rather, it is from the Father living in me who is doing his work. God and Jesus are like one. When you're talking to Jesus, you're talking to God as well, because he can hear you. Believe me when I say that I am in the Father and the Father is in me. Or at least believe on the evidence of the works themselves. Very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father, and I will do whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son. You may ask me for anything in my name, and I will do it. Like if you're really needing something or a prayer, which sometimes God says, I know what the future holds, and God's going to do the opposite, because he cares for you, not because he's mean, but he cares for you and knows what's going to happen in the future. He knows what's best. I mean, even if we lose someone, God took them home. They're very happy there. Very happy. Because there's no sadness or anger in heaven. It's this pure love. If you're somebody that has never really been loved before, they're just embraced. They're wearing like a white robe, and they're embraced with love all around them and through them. It'll be a great, great feeling. And everybody loves everybody. There's no, popularity in heaven. Like, we're better than you over here in this room, and we don't want to associate with him. It's not like that in heaven at all. Everybody loves everybody. All right. Now let's get started with our song. Psalm 119, verses 17 through 32. Yes, check the time. Oh, you're not. What are you doing? Something happening? Go to the bathroom? What are you doing? What's wrong? Oh my God, where'd that come from? Alright, the first part is by Gilmore. Be good to your servant while I live, that I may obey your word. Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things in your law. I am a stranger on earth. Do not hide your commands from me. My soul is consumed with longing for your laws at all times. You rebuke the arrogant who are accursed, those who stray from your commands. Remove from me their scorn and contempt, for I keep your statutes. The rulers sit together and slander me. Your servant will meditate on your decrees. Your statutes are my delight. They are my counselors. And Dallas says, I am laid low in the dust. Preserve my life according to your word. I gave an account of my ways, and you answered me. Teach me your decrees. Cause me to understand the way of your precepts, that I may meditate on your wonderful deeds. My soul is weary with sorrow. Strengthen me according to your word. Keep me from deceitful ways. Be gracious to me and teach me your law. I have chosen the way of the faithfulness. I have set my heart on your laws. I hold fast to your statutes, Lord. Do not let me be put to shame. I run in the path of your commands, for you have broadened my understanding. People pouring out their hearts and souls to the Lord. And He knows what you're thinking and what you feel in your heart. There's no hiding anything from the Lord. You can do a good deed for someone just to look good in front of the people who are around. Or they'll say, so-and-so did this to help so-and-so. And you know, you're happy for the attention. That's not doing it for God. Doing it for God is doing it happily. And most of the time, don't even tell nobody about it. Because God sees you and He knows. And that's all that matters. He knows what's in your heart. Whether you're actually doing it to help someone like Jesus would, or just doing it so you'll look good. Now we're ending today's Bible reading with Proverbs 15, verses 31 and 32. My mouth, I'm so sorry. I want to try that biotin gum, but I can't find it. Do they have it over there? The gum? Sherm got me the mouthwash. It used to work really good, but it don't work so good anymore. And I actually haven't tried it since I had COVID, so it might work better now. But I'd like to have the gum. I can probably order it online. Just don't think about it, you know. Alright, we're ending today with Proverbs. Whoever heeds life-giving correction will be at home among the wise. Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock. Those who disregard discipline despise themselves, but the one who heeds correction gains understanding. Amen, amen. It's almost 8 p.m., guys. It's 7:58 p.m. I'm sorry the Bible reading's so late, but it's because when I got up today, what time did we get up? I think it was like between 12:30 and 1 p.m. We were extremely tired. And Mom says the heat can make you tired. And I really can't be out there much because of the heat and the allergy things in the air right now. I'm not supposed to be in the heat and stuff. It really like takes my breath away, and so does cold, so I don't know. But let me go through the prayer request. I just hate not being able to do practically anything. My soul wants to help people so bad. I want to do so many things, so many good things, but my body will not let me. Just like Jesus said, the spirit is willing, but the body can't. Sorry.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. You all right there? What happened? What happened? Sure. What happened? Did something break? Please pray for my dad, Randy Post. I told you he had lung nodule they found. I need to make sure it's not cancer. He had his CAT scan for it, and the results were supposed to be back today. He's supposed to let me know what they say. Please pray it's not cancer. But the CT, I've been through this, so I know that's probably not going to work. Just the CAT scan, unless they say it looks like a cyst, because that happened with Sherm. His kidneys had big balls in them, big knots, lumps, and they were really worried. He had to go to this one doctor, and one doctor said, I thought I was going to have to come in here and tell this 40-year-old man that he had cancer. He said, but when I looked at it, they looked more like cysts in there. You know, they look more softer and movable than cancer that's just like a stone and just stays there. So thank God for that. Thank God. And I hope that's what happens with Dad. But after the CAT scan, I had to have a lung biopsy and go through all that to be tested to see if it was cancer or not, which thankfully mine was not. So I know he's probably going to have that. Please pray that it's not cancer. He's supposed to be getting married in July. Please pray for my mom, Wanda Karshner. She's being stubborn and out there mowing the yard in the heat, and she's not supposed to be in the heat and the sun. And it's a lot of mowing. Please pray for Sherm. He's still having pain in his arm and everything, because he's got that tear in that rotator cuff. But he's been having a lot of heart pains, a lot of chest pains, really, really bad. And he's been stumbling around a lot of times. It was happen all of a sudden. He'll get like stumbling around when he's walking somewhere, about fall. He was doing it several times when he was at Mom's. It scares me to death. Please pray for Layla and her son Emil. Please pray for Elizabeth Jeffries. She just sent me a letter and was laying in the door when we got home from Mom and Jimmy's. I haven't read it yet, but I will here later. Judy Thompson, I'm not sure when her surgeries is, but she said this month. Jimmy Myers, he had his cleaning today. I guess he took the pain pill before he went, like they said, and I guess they numbed it. He said it still hurt, but it wasn't that bad. It's bleeding a little bit now, which I told him I probably would, but Mom said it's really about stopped now. So I hope that's all he has to have done. And I pray, please pray for him that it worked and those headaches will stop. He was so excited to have this surgery because he thought for sure, like the doctor said, it would stop the headaches. Please pray that it does. He's been through so much. Please pray for Cindy Welsh. She's got a lot of things wrong with her, and she was choking the other day. When she does that, it scares me to death. So every time somebody coughs or something, I'm like, are you choking? Because I've seen it happen before. She had a cough drop in her mouth yesterday, I believe it was, and she swallowed spit. You know, like when you swallow, and she could not breathe. Her throat closed up. She said it was like trying to suck air through a straw. She said she thought she was going to be dead in the bathroom floor. She was in the bathroom. Her husband, my uncle, Jim, he was in the living room, so he didn't even hear her. I don't know if she told him about it or not, but she could have died. And God saved her, gave her her breath back. Scares me to death, because she'd done that with ice before. I've seen it happen several times with her. Please pray for Dora Harper, Joyce Light, Abby Myers, Garnet Boyer and Jim Mitchell, Jan, see how I do? I always look at it and think, is that Jane or Jan? Jan, my sister Melly, Tina Kincaid. Tina is home now from the nursing home and, recovering from COVID, and she's on a walker now though. She worked at Walmart and loved her job. And she had a lot of walking and stuff. And she's on a walker now, so we don't know if she's ever going to go back or what. But she's really wanting to go back. She loved that job. And that is it, guys. That is it. Remember, if you have a prayer request, send it to me, all under case letters, MissyCrabtree@yahoo.com. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
See you
hurry.
guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading.